Hello, is it me you're looking for? Well, if it is, then I'm afraid you've got me anyway, haven't you? Again, all right. Okay, no more singing, I promise. This week, I'm doing a question from my PM versus CM Germany gig, which I did a few weeks back, which was asked by a Gautam Regulagadda. I hope I got your name right, Gautam, a consultant for Die Umsetzer GmbH, who asked, are there any studies or statistics on the success rates of projects where CM was extremely well or well integrated with PM versus those that didn't have a good level of integration? Right. Good, okay, I'll probably answer that fairly quickly. But whilst I'll be giving a couple of statistics, I will go a little bit deeper into the whole issue of PM and CM integration, because that has been an ongoing debate for a long time. So let's start with the statistics, shall we? How well is change management and project management integrated in your organisation? Now, there was one study done some while ago, I'm not sure how many years, from ProSci, which I then decided to replicate because I wanted more up-to-date information via a survey I did in 2021, just to compare, see if there had been any progress. Okay, so ProSci, against the question I previously said, extremely well integrated, came out at 4%. On my survey, it came out at 9%, so that's a plus 5%. Okay, well integrated, ProSci's came out at 12%, mine came out at 17%, so again another 5% increase. Acceptably, ProSci's was 34%, mine was 41%. That's a plus 7%. Looking good. On poorly, ProSci's was 42%, whereas mine was way down to 24%, a minus 18. Then extremely poorly, ProSci's was 8% and mine was 9%. So that was a plus 1, which is a bit confusing for me. But on the whole, what this tells me is that organisations have clearly started to integrate project and change management disciplines. But unfortunately, what it doesn't tell us is how successful that integration was. But having said that, there is some data, again, from ProSci's Best Practices in Change Management 11th edition, which shows the impact of integration on meeting objectives. So, in answer to the question, to what percentage of respondents met or exceeded project objectives, 30% did not integrate PM and CM, whereas 47% did integrate PM and CM. So, through integration, there was more project success, a clear indicator of the need to integrate, I would say. Would you agree? I'm sure you would. Statistics don't lie. Or do they? No, they don't. Okay, that's the question answered. Are there any statistics, etc.? But as I said, I'm going to go into this in a little bit more detail in terms of integration. Integration begins, with role clarity, but there is still today a lack of understanding of the role of the project manager and the change manager in many organizations. Besides confusion around role clarity, there are many other barriers to project and change management integration, such as even today, after such a long time, remember the first change management methodology was the Kurt Lewin's in 1940. So how many years? 60, 70, 80 years ago? Yeah. Even now, the discipline of change management still seems to be in its infancy stage by comparison to project management. So change management professionals like me and you are still in the early phases of converting those non-believers in change management. And believe me, there are many. Okay, sorry. Since the role of the project manager has expanded, and if you look at PM Box 7, they have a whole host of things that they are supposed to do. Most, I would argue, do not have the capacity or the capability to learn change management. Although I have trained quite a few project managers on change management, and they're very open to it, to be honest. Change management also is not easily measured, since the results are often intangible, although we know we can measure some stuff, okay? So those C-suite people who control budgets seriously struggle to justify the expense and fail to get behind change management efforts. And while project management has been ingrained deeply within the fabric of most organisations, change management is still struggling for a seat at the C-suite table, which is a damn pity because we have such a lot to give. If you're asked what you do and you say, "Oh, I'm a project manager," nearly everyone will know what that is. But if you say, "I'm a change manager," firstly, in those in the know, they will confuse that with the ITIL and ITSM type change manager and ask, "What type?" But if they aren't that knowledgeable about change management and you say of the organizational change management type, they'll just go, "What? Huh? Sorry? I don't understand what you mean. Please explain." So it's a difficult one, but have you got your elevator pitch ready? That's the way to do it. So let's go into how you can actually integrate the two roles. Okay, it starts with education, informing leaders, stakeholders, project managers and project team members that the benefits of change management is critical to project success. Set expectations around how change management work gets done and acknowledge that the discipline of change management is based on facts and insights gathered through data gathering tools and processes. There are a lot of things that we can measure that are tangible. It's not necessarily all intangible. We need to use consumer-friendly language and basic language when describing the change process and work efforts, because the process for change management may just be viewed as unnecessary to the untrained eye. Ensure that project management and change management synergy by presenting a unified front to project leadership, stakeholders and team members. And then collaborate with the project manager and key stakeholders to embed some kind of change methodology and subsequent deliverables within a master project plan and status reports. There is nothing more powerful for change management than getting your activities into a master project plan. I can assure you, I've been there. You get recognised all of a sudden and the discipline gets recognised. But there's always a but, isn't there? There's still an unanswered question. Can just one individual be both a project manager and a change manager? Or should they be two individuals, 1 versus 2? My view, and I'm happy to change it, but at the moment, a CM and PM model of working in partnership is the way forward. A PM with a responsibility for change management, or conversely, a CM with a responsibility for project management just puts too much pressure on an individual. I've got an itchy nose. On an individual, and they may not necessarily have the right experience and skill set to manage both elements. But of course, it depends on things like leadership, awareness of the difference, project size, project impact, and the budget or project budget, just to name a few of the critical ones. ProSci, mentioning them again, have a good, what they call unified value proposition in relation to integration, which I'll quote a few extracts from. First of all, it strengthens your case for change management. With a UVP, you are better able to get a seat at the table and be involved in early discussions, focusing your conversation on what your audience really cares about, meeting objectives, staying on budget, and finishing on time. Number 2, contributes positively to the perception of change management by project teams. ProSci's benchmarking research indicates that many change management practitioners are working with project teams that perceive change management as extraneous, which is a major obstacle to project team engagement. With a concrete UVP, you have a foundation for shifting the conversation and overcoming this negative perception. Third one, appeals to the desire of project teams for structure and process. By demonstrating that change management is not just soft and fluffy, but in fact is the application of a structured process, as I've mentioned before, and a set of good tools aimed at delivering project results, you can begin speaking the same language, repeating myself there, but it's important, speaking the same language as the project teams with whom you are engaging. Number 4, identifies a problem while proposing a solution. The problem in this case is that projects are consistently failing to realise their full benefits, despite having a well-developed and planned technical solution. A perfectly designed technical solution with low adoption and engagement by end users does not deliver value. Okay, the solution presented by the UVP is an holistic approach to benefits realization, resulting from an integration of project management and change management. There you have it. Research and experience shows that meeting objectives on time and on budget results from a solution that is designed, developed, and delivered effectively and embraced, adopted, and used by impacted employees. By integrating change management and project management in a seamless application, you solve the problem of projects failing to deliver results, even when meeting technical requirements. Just to end this video, I would like to give a big shout out to ProSci and their work on the issue of PM and CM integration. Thank you very much, guys. Great stuff. I rest my case. See you again soon.